Hey, what's up, fellas? I'm Malicious Female Fan Steve Alicious here, back with the retail version of the Samsung Galaxy Z Fold 2 5G. We're going to do a little bit 48-hour mini review, extended impressions, but mostly answering the questions that you guys had on the last video, which thank you for all of those. So we'll go over them. If you're still looking to order yours, if you've ordered yours already, but you're waiting to get it, stay tuned. We'll go over all of that today on this edition of Steve Alicious Tech. And we're back. As always, thank you so much to all the new subscribers, up over 1,000 as of the taping of this video. If you're loving the phones, the new tech, I'm pretty sure it's the only channel on YouTube that you could find a BlackBerry or Windows Phone video one day and a Galaxy Fold 2 video the next. Go ahead and tussle that subscribe button. It certainly means a lot to me. And go ahead and tussle it because we've got the 1,000 subscriber giveaway coming up. As I promised a long time ago, we're going to be giving away a Nokia 1020, the big old camera phone from back in the day, for reaching 1,000 subscribers. So go ahead and subscribe to the channel. You don't want to miss that. So now, thank you again for all the comments on the last video. I had a couple questions that I wanted to answer, as well as some early impressions on the Fold 2. So let's get right into it. I'm going to breeze through some of these. I don't want it to be a giant thing. We're going to be doing the big review next week with the camera, with the gaming, because I want to try a couple different things with the gaming on this one and the camera test. So we're going to be doing that later next week. But I wanted you, if you didn't get yours yet, if you're still waiting, you're on the fence, let's go over some stuff that may concern you. So open it up. The first thing I heard a lot about, the plastic. Do you still feel plastic? And yes, you do, because there is, I understand there was a comment, there is a plastic screen protector on there. I understand it. But, and I understand you could also remove it with the help of a professional. And I understand also that there are some videos on YouTube that people are just peeling them off and things seem to be going okay. But let's go over that for a second, please. Please. I understand that there's glass underneath that might be nicer to touch, but I would ask some serious questions. Even if you got it done by a Samsung professional, I would want to make sure from a couple different sources that that doesn't void your one-time screen replacement for $149. Even if you have it done from Samsung professionally, say, hey, listen, if I get this plastic off here and I just have the glass and something goes wrong, can I still get my one-time replacement for $149, or is it going to be the full $600 or whatever they're charging? So that's number one. Number two, I do not care how many videos you see. Listen to Uncle Steve here, okay? Trust me. I do not care how many videos you see on the internet of people ripping these things off safely and successfully. Do not do it. They will have a different conversation with Samsung than you will. A million sub person on YouTube ruins their Fold 2. They call up Samsung and say, hey, Samsung, LOL, I screwed up my Fold 2 pulling the screen protector. Oh, that's okay. Don't worry about it. We'll have 2 more out tomorrow. Don't sweat it. You call up after spending a phone they got for free, by the way, to review. You call up after spending your $2,000, and the conversation's going to be like, well, sir, sir or ma'am, did you use a Samsung professional to remove it? Oh, no? Oh, okay. Well, that's going to be $600. So I don't care what Yahoo you see on the internet removing the film protector. Just please. I saw that comment. Just rip it off. Please don't do that. Please don't do that. Okay. Battery life. Really good so far. I mean, it's a little jarring because when you do use it and you go heavy in on it, you will see it start to drop. And you will see it start to drop relatively quickly. But at the end of the day, with nice mixed use, I'm getting 5.5 hours, and that's with YouTube, Pokemon Go, Twitter, Instagram, Facebook, everything open at once, using it all, and a good healthy dose. I would say probably 80-20 as far as using the larger inner display as opposed to the smaller outer display. So the majority of the time I am using the big display, I'm folding it open, and I'm still getting that 5.5 hours, and I keep it all the way up. I have the adaptive refresh rate on, so I'm getting that 120 hertz, and I keep it bright. I got it all the way up. And so, you know, you can see right to the, I always go right to the red. So that's what I was using it on, and it was working just fine. So if you were worried about that, the battery life, I understand, because it's only 4,500 milliamp hours. I mean, say only, but that's good. But it is pushing a giant internal display as well as the external display. So 3 displays, but not all at once, obviously. So that was a concern that a lot of people had, but you could get by for a day, right? 5.5 hours, and that's without any top off. If you're able to stop at lunch or at your desk, or even if you're home or whatever, and you could go a half hour and just top it off in the middle of the day, you're going to have no worries at all. But even still, you're going to be able to get to 5 hours at least, depending on your use case. And I understand that, we're used to with these phones now ending days at 50%, 40% without even breaking a sweat. So it is a little jarring now in 2020 when you get down to the end of the day and you're looking at 15, 20%, but it's still there, right? It's still power, it still works, and it will get you through most of the day. I heard a lot of not complaints. I saw stuff online about, apps not being optimized, so maybe what's the point? Well, there still is a point. Because I'll tell you what, even Instagram, which I guess doesn't want to optimize for anybody. Let's go ahead and pull this over here. Let's go ahead and pull up Instagram, and we'll see what the deal is here. So Steve Alicia's tech page. So yes, I understand. There's bars on the side here. It's not totally optimized for the larger display, but here's an iPhone XS. You would normally be viewing it on this, right? You're still getting more. Even though it's not optimized, you're still getting a larger experience, and it works quite nicely. So I don't see a real issue there. And the refresh rate is nice, and you're still getting a better experience than you would, say, on a smaller display. So even apps that aren't optimized are still worth it on the Fold 2. And the ones that are optimized, forget about it. It's a great experience to be able to view your long-form content or your Twitter feeds or whatever it happens to be, and get that full screen experience that takes full advantage of it. It's nice. The display is gorgeous. It's fluid. You're going to enjoy the colors. You're going to enjoy the pop of them and just the responsiveness. And it is a nice experience, even with that kind of plasticky touch, which, listen, as we said before, if you take the protector on or off, whatever, you can change that experience. But the one that I wanted to talk about is the outer display. Because I don't know if it'll show up here or if it'll do it justice, but this is a fantastic outer display. I understand the resolution's a little wonky. I looked it up. It's actually 25 by 9, which is crazy. But because maybe it's a shorter area, or that it's pushing to, and I don't even know if does it count as 1080p because of the resolution or what it is. Whatever it is, it's gorgeous. The colors are great. The responsiveness is great, and it is so sharp and detailed, and that might have to do with the resolution and viewing stuff on the smaller surface as well. Now, the balance that I talked about, that 80-20, that's what I want to talk about, because that's what my concern was. You're like, well, the outer display is more usable now. Am I going to really be folding open the entire time? Is that a pain in the butt? Like, oh, another text. Here we go. Let's fold it out again. Okay, I'm done with that. Oh, they text back. Hold on, let's go. It doesn't bother you as much as you think. You adjust to it. And while this outer display is definitely more usable than the other one, texting's a little tough. It's not bad. In a pinch, if you're just responding quickly to a text, or you just want to, it's better for clearing notifications. It's really better for just clearing notifications, or if you're just scrolling through Twitter, that's something that you can get away with on the outer display. But it's not something that you want to spend the majority of your time on. And that's just fine, because it's not that much. I thought it'd be more of a pain, but it's really not, to just open it up. Now let's take a look at the keyboard here if we can. I like the split keyboard. I thought it was going to be more of an issue, to be honest with you. But I opened it up. I saw I am typing faster on this split, like one of those old school ergonomic keyboards, typing faster on this than I was on my Note 10 Plus. Absolutely. So a lot of times, even the Note 10 Plus, which is a wider screen, I feel like I was getting cramped or jumbled up. I have less errors on this split keyboard, so don't be put off by that. Don't think it's intimidating in any way. You open that up, you're going to adapt immediately to it, so don't worry about it. You'll actually enjoy, I think, your typing experience a lot more. The overall performance, listen, you can't beat the 865 Plus, 12 gigs of RAM, 256 gigs on the internal storage, and you really feel that 865 Plus. I was coming from the 855, so listen, I understand it's not the biggest thing in the world. Once you get over an 855, it's really silly season as far as the specs are concerned. But the RAM is nice. I typically see myself using over 8 gigs on this device here. Now, I understand it expands and it does things when it has extra RAM, but it's nice to have all that stuff cached. You know, you're paying this kind of money for a device. Give me the at least 8 gigs, 10 gigs, 12 gigs. You know, it might not be the most needed thing in the world, but you're charging me big bucks. At least let me have everything in cash. Take advantage of it. Instead of sitting there giving me 6 gigs, and now you're seeing some reviewers with performance issues. Microsoft! Oh, boy, that's the second time. Second time that's happened. Maybe I need some antibiotics or something. Second time that's happened in a video. But overall, let me tell you something. There were a lot of reviewers and people I saw that said, I don't know if we can recommend this. Oh, by the way, just a little between you and me here, okay? It's not bronze anything. It's not bronze anything. You know, I've tried it. You know, I tried to sell their line to multiple people that's Mystic Bronze. Nobody's buying it. All right? It's a very nice material. It feels like a satiny velvet material. In fact, it doesn't even feel like glass half the time, but nobody's buying that it's Mystic Bronze, I'm telling you, all right? It's blush pink. Just ready yourself mentally for that. Whether it's a case, whether it's a skin, whether you get the black one, which the glossy black I don't think I was a fan of, but it's blush pink. Okay? So a lot of you out there like me, I know you're man enough for it. It's fine. If you're the ladies, you like it, you know, that's fine. But just understand that it's not. I don't know if if you've seen it in videos, if it doesn't come out quite right, but it's blush pink. But anyway, I see a lot of people saying that they can't recommend this phone or it's not for everybody. It absolutely is for everybody. If you're somebody that likes these devices and you're buying a Note device for $1,400, or you're buying some of these ridiculous phones over $1,000, and you have the means and you can do it, absolutely get this. You're viewing everything and doing everything that you're normally doing on your normal phone, just doing it on a bigger screen, bigger form factor. And I was actually surprised that it's not as big as I thought. It's not unwieldy. It really isn't. Now, I don't know. Let's do a little comparison. This is an iPhone XS with a case on it, okay? And this is where it falls in my hand. I mean, you want to say I have a bigger hand, whatever, but you could judge it. Put an iPhone in your hand and look kind of how it sets up. And then go ahead and put this guy, and I could still palm it. Okay, I don't have the largest hands in the world. I can still palm it. And even with 2 hands, it's really comfortable to hold, and it's just a nice size. It really is. To consume content, to type on stuff, it feels human-sized. It doesn't feel like ridiculous, like you're gonna drop it, or it's just too big, or it's unwieldy, or it's like a phablet. The squared-off design, and whatever ratio that is more like a 4x3 or whatever it is. I understand makes it a little bit wonky for video sometimes, but it still is very nice. And I'll tell you what, even if that content's wonky for videos, let's go ahead and pull one up here. Pull up a Steve Vicious Tech video. I'll tell you what I like here. You go here, I like being able to do this. Right? And then you're in the comment section. That's really nice. That's really nice when you look at it. And you go right here, it's seamless. And this is a nice look. That's nice. That's going to be a lot bigger. I don't care about the bars. That's a lot bigger than what you'd normally be viewing on your regular cell phone. So don't get caught up with these people. Oh, the ratio's off, or the aspect ratio's weird, or I don't even know. There were so many different complaints saying people they couldn't recommend this. And I understand the price is prohibitive, of course. And it is an emerging technology. But this is a polished one so far. We're going to go over the cameras. I know a lot of people had concerns about the cameras. We're going to go over cases. I know a lot of people had concerned about cases. I'm one of them. I'm one of them. If you guys want to see some Spigen cases, there's a couple of those on Amazon. There was an OtterBox. I can't even get the cases from Samsung in the United States. They're not even selling them on the website. That was another big question, by the way. How did I get it early? I don't know. I ordered it through AT&T like everybody else, and they just sent it. So I didn't do anything special. I didn't do anything in particular. I ordered mine through AT&T. So for whatever reason, AT&T just mailed it out, so I can't get the Samsung cases just yet. But we'll see. We'll see. If you guys want to see that, let me know. And if you have some case suggestions, I know people were putting some in the comment section below. That would be something to go with as well. So let me know what you want on the larger review. Like I said, you don't want to be smashing gaming those mobile games on this inner display with the plastic, okay? Like I've been playing Pokemon Go with the smashing of Pokestops and stuff on the outer display on the glass, but I do want to hook up a Bluetooth controller to this PS4 controller, Xbox controller, and game that way, because I think that's interesting on this. And we're going to do an in-depth comparison of the cameras that take a look at the camera system from the Note 10 Plus, because I think that's kind of a comparison to the older Fold. I think the older Fold had kind of something comparable to the Note 10 Plus. So we'll take those photos to this, see which one is better. If you have anything else that you'd like to see, go ahead and leave that in the comments section below. If you've made it this far, like, comment, subscribe, all that fun stuff. Until next time, have that Steve-alicious day.